Hi guys. Hi. How are you? 13 people waiting. Hello. Sorry, I didn't put the reminder out for this early enough. Who's here? Why can't I see the Loz? Oh, hey Loz. Jazz is here. Hi guys. What's happening? Jasmine, Nat, Alex, Emmy, Lexmi. Hi guys. What's happening? Oh, well, 5 minutes. Margot. Hi, Loz. I'm new to your channel. I'm still learning things from. You were saying to revise the story like nothing has happened. Let's say the problem lies within us. Yes, so you revise the story of you. So whatever happened to you in your childhood that caused you to think the way you do, you go and revise that story and do that. It doesn't have to just be the story of the other person. It can be the story of you. Does that make sense? Hi, Loz. How are you? I'm great, darling. It's very hot here. If you can hear the air conditioner blaring, that's because it's unbearably hot outside. Like ridiculous. The dog insisted on going for a walk just then. I think I almost killed her in the heat. Hi, Julia. Hi, Cordial the Platypus. Hi, Princess Aranan. Hi, Jazz. Lots of guys I'm seeing is so obsessed with me. It's so amazing. Oh, wonderful, darling. Queen Nugent's here. Yuji. Moonchild. Nat, I haven't heard from my bestie in a while. Both lives busy. She then texted me last night saying she misses me and she always thinks of me and I'm her number one. SP will be next. Oh, I love that when the besties do that. Oh, that's lovely, Nat. Absolutely. Well, you misunderstood my comment in the TikTok live and yelled at me. Oh, no. What was your comment? What was your comment? Sorry, guys. What was your comment? What did you mean that I misunderstood? Hey, Alan. Hey, Alexis. Hey, NJ. B. Narragilla. Does watching too many videos about manifesting your SP affect your manifestation? Should you stop watching videos after you already know all the information? Well, I wouldn't sit there being a listener and not a doer. Okay? If all you're doing is listening, but you're not applying the teachings, no, that's not the thing to do. It's like watching fitness videos. But you don't actually get up and do the workout. You know what I mean? It'd be just as ineffective. Doesn't fuck up your manifestation, but you're literally not changing your thinking while you're sitting there learning. Learn, then go and do. Learn some more, go and do. And make sure you're affirming and visualizing whilst watching those things or in between watching those things. Hang on, guys. Hi, Lucy. Hi, Faith. Did that answer your question, Lexmi, or about the story? You ask me more if you're confused. Oh, God, all these questions just popped up all at once. Free the Comish. I'm starting to catch myself doing affirmations in an Aussie accent because I watch you so much. Oh, really? That's hilarious. Hi, Loz. Do I need to do self-concept to manifest money? Or what's your concept of money? Do you think money's hard to come by? Money doesn't grow on trees. I'm always broke. That's about you. I think this about money. I also think I'm the kind of person who can't get money because I'm not good enough. People won't pay me the right amount for my services. Like if you've got piss poor self-concept, you won't even charge enough money. So yes, it's completely tied into your self-concept. People who think they're good enough will charge like £250,000 for a course. I wouldn't dare do that because my self-concept's not that strong. I wouldn't dare think that anyone would pay me $2,500 for a course. But someone like Sammy Wunder, who's a dating coach, a friend of mine paid €2,500 to do a course with her. The fuck? So her money attitude was totally tied up in her self-concept of feeling like she was the shit. How can I manifest being pursued and desired by men? Has never happened to me before. Has anyone had success with this? Why are you asking other people? You want me to answer? Darling, Margot, if you keep thinking you're the person who never gets pursued, you won't. Okay? Shelley Bullard's probably a very good person on YouTube to go and watch about being pursued and adored. She's got a very good attitude about that in the way that she describes them coming towards you. Okay? The way I would say it to do it is change the story of you. I would go back and write the old shitty story about how no one ever pursued you. You always had to chase them. You were always the one calling it, and then go and burn that and then write the complete opposite. My whole life, men have always pursued me. When I walk in a room, everyone stares at me. All the men drool over me. I always have people hitting on me, but it's mostly only the guys I want. They're always good looking. They're always handsome. They're always established, confident men. I never have to lift a finger. They're always giving me compliments. They're always asking me on dates. That's the girl I've always been. I've been in so many successful relationships. I fell out of love with this one, that one, and he got hit by a bus. Change your whole life story and then sit there and imagine that's you. And then start saying affirmations like, I've always been pursued and adored. I am the girl that everyone stares at. I'm the girl that everyone wants. I've always been a hot commodity. I'm always the prize. People put me high up on a pedestal and admire me always. I never have to pursue. I'm always pursued. Start saying those kind of affirmations and have visualizations where that's true and write the new story of you doing. That's what I would do. Loz, have you manifested stretch marks away? Oh, I've never tried, darling, but you could. Just say, I don't have stretch marks. My body doesn't stretch like that. My skin is perfection. My complexion is perfection. Stretch marks, I don't get those. Other girls get those from things like pregnancy and weight gain, but I don't get them. I don't get them. I don't know what they're talking about. Stretch marks, I don't know her. Just imagine you don't have them done. How can I manifest being, I saw the one. Please do not be harsh on me. As I went learning from you, I'm already beating myself up. Oh, don't worry, darling, I won't. To be truth, I lied to my SP that I have cancer, which is not true. Oh, God. By putting me down so I can get his attention. Oh, darling. Eek. Why did you do that? Look, something like that sounds to me like when you're a kid, you just did not get the love you needed from your parents. They just weren't there for you. Either they really abandoned you and they physically weren't there a lot, or they literally didn't give you the affection, the love, the care, the support, the guidance that you needed as a child. So either that's happened or they literally abandoned you in some way, like one of them wasn't there or one of them died or something. So when you do feel the love from someone, you will make up a story and lie to keep them there, make them feel sorry for you as a way to keep them there. Is that what you were doing? Because you were so afraid he'd leave. You were so afraid he might reject you or abandon you or not give you the love you needed to get the attention, the affection, and the love, and to keep them there and make them stay. You made up a story. That's probably why. Okay. You can go and revise that and imagine you never told them. You can imagine telling them in the 3D that you lied and they don't care and they understand why you did it. You can explain why you did it, that it's based on a whole lot of childhood stuff and it wasn't true. Okay, and you never meant to lead him astray. You can do that and imagine he doesn't care. Whilst doing that, and before you're doing that, you can say he doesn't care, he understands me, he forgives me. Everything's forgiven and forgotten. Mm-hmm. So tell me what your childhood was like, because that's why you've done that. And if you beat yourself up a lot, you probably don't feel good enough inside and you anticipated he would reject you. So you made up a story so he wouldn't reject you and leave. If you beat yourself up a lot, that's a lot of I get rejected because I'm not good enough. Mm-hmm. So many things are going my way as well. SP is viewing most of my Snap stories and he barely uses Snap, lol. I feel so relaxed and focused on self-concept and concentrating on my house, etc. now. Wonderful, darling. Hooray. I bunked bio classes for 1 week. The teacher said he's going to report me to the principal. How do I stop that? Just imagine, revise that whole conversation. Just say, change it to the teacher saying, now look, mate, I know you weren't here for a week, but you really can't do that. This is just a warning, okay? Change it to the story that you wish it had happened, and then just imagine that it doesn't matter. Or go and revise it. You never even did that. Just imagine your teacher thought you were there the whole time. I never get in trouble. I'm the perfect student. My teachers all think I'm the perfect student. They let me get away with anything. Starts affirming those in. Oh, God, it's jumped suddenly. 81 people here. Hi, Loz. I thought the party was over. She no longer is there. I did not even think of her. I found out she's still there. How do I get rid? All right, darling. Well, how did you find out she's still there? Did you look? Did you ask? Did you ask a friend? Ask someone who knows him? Go and look. How did you even find out that information? That to me tells me like you didn't really think she was gone and you were just checking. The checking keeps them there. Don't go and look at the socials. Don't ask anyone. Okay? I just want you to imagine you and your SP together and banish that bitch from your mind as much as you possibly can. And say things like, I'm the chosen one. I'm the one he wants. He can't imagine his life with anyone else. I'm the only one who sees him, knows him, loves him. Mm-hmm. Hi, Loz, how would you know if you're in the state of wish fulfilled or still in the state of waiting? Well, do you feel like you're waiting? Or do you feel at a state of like peace and contentment and, any day now? That's the difference. How do I know if it's inspired action or I'm just missing them? I used to be a chaser. Oh, well, if you used to be a chaser, darling, I wouldn't be taking any fucking action because that chasing is out of a fear of them leaving or fear of them rejecting you, fear you're not good enough and you have to do something and you've completely put yourself below them, the last thing I'd be doing is taking inspired action, which, by the way, is complete bullshit. If you took inspired action, darling, you wouldn't know it was inspired until after you took the action. There's no such thing as inspired action and knowing why you're doing it before you do it. That's called, I'm in a place of fear in my mind. I feel like I need to chase. I feel like I need to do something to make something happen. I don't believe that manifestation works. I don't believe I can just think new thoughts and think that they love me and this will come about. I don't trust myself. So I have to do something, and I'm going to call it inspired action, which is BS. Thank you. I've actually got lots of movement with SP. Oh, do you, darling? Lois, I finally reached out. Since 3 months, no contact after a huge fight. He texted me explaining how he wanted to apologize for his coldness and how his mental state was doing and how he's healing from his issues. Oh, wonderful. He told me not to respond as he just wanted to apologize. He said he hopes we find our way back together, but if it's the last goodbye, he wishes me the best and mine running, but I'm trying to give positive meaning. Oh, wonderful, darling. Oh, he reached out. I thought you said you reached out. He reached out. Oh, that's wonderful, darling. Well, that's great. Just know that that means that whole time he's been feeling bad about it, that you got the apology you wanted, and just imagine that he does want you back together. He does. He says it. I hope we find our way back together. Okay? Start banishing the idea that he has issues in your mind. Say, he's totally ready for me now. He's ready for a full relationship with me. He's got rid of all his issues. He's totally together now. He's got all his shit together. He's thriving. He's ready for a relationship and he's ready for me. Start saying those things, darling, and then whatever you do in the 3D, you do. But do it from a place of he's ready for me. He's totally cured of all those issues. He doesn't have issues. Issues, schmissues. He doesn't have them. But that's wonderful, darling. Wonderful. Should we tell our boundaries to SP or should we not react to the 3D and affirm? I would not react to the 3D and affirm. You can set a boundary all you like, darling, but it's really not going to do much, because if you have to set a boundary in the first place, that means you're coming from a place of being walked all over or being below them or feeling not good enough or feeling like you get used to even set a boundary. So you have to change the thinking first. You could set the boundary all you like I want to see you more. Well, that's coming from a place of needy, desperate energy of you don't pay me enough attention, you don't love me. So telling him what to do, I want you to ring me more, isn't going to change anything. If you're in a friends with benefits situation and you say, I don't want this, I don't think we should sleep together, you got yourself in the friends with benefits with your self-concept. So just telling them that you don't want the situation to continue won't make any difference, because you haven't changed your thinking about you being used. It's changing your thinking that's more important. But it's up to you, darling. Because I've started writing down all the little movements I've got, as I think we are quick to forget. When I feel a bit down, I read them and it picks me back up. That's wonderful, darling. Yes, guys, have a manifestation journal and write down all your little tiny manifestations that you're doing, and it'll give you hope, and it'll give you confidence in your manifesting. Absolutely done. Great idea. So, Lenny, what are you saying? I did the same and lied to my SP about my job. I never got love from my dad. What do I do? Okay. Can't revise that she never lied. Okay, well, if you can't revise that you never lied, imagine you go and tell them the truth and that they don't care. Guys, if you can't revise lying, then imagine they don't care. They love you anyway. And guys, I've missed a few. Felt guilty and he was happy. Now for a few days, it keeps coming back as reminders when I'm doing my self-concept. How do I revise it? As I don't want him to know that I lied to get it from him and feel I made major guilt. I'm not sure how to make it forget about it, or at least make him see that I'm healthy. Guys, if you want a proper relationship with this person, are you seriously going to go into a relationship lying and then continue the lie? At some point, you're going to have to fess up that it was a lie. What if you got married? What are you going to tell them in 30 years? You're going to tell them, by the way, I never had cancer. You've thought I had cancer this whole time. I don't have cancer. They'll be like, see you, bitch. Guys, you've got to own up to your lies. And imagine they don't care. Okay? It's up to you guys, though, what you do. Hi, Lost First. I'm catching you on YouTube. Oh, Rianne. That's wonderful. What's this? And love and caring through at least. No, he's talking to someone else back then. I did that for these 3 things. I didn't want to lose him. I told him I recovered fully back then. Okay, so you didn't want to lose him. I was right. Okay, so how you deal with that in 3D, guys, when you've lied is up to you, but I want you to imagine they don't care and really work on your self-concept. What you said is true, Loz. I've continued my story in 3 parts. Not sure if you're able to see. Okay, so it is about your parents and your childhood. So if you weren't given enough love, guys, you'll always do things like that because you just don't want the love to go away because it feels so great. I understand. What subconcept would be the problem when it comes to communication and manifesting an SP? When I see him, It's I manifested the perfect boyfriend back, but the after hours BS I'm feeling stuck on. What do you mean after hours? Communication. When I see him, it's manifested the perfect boyfriend back, but the after hours BS I'm stuck on. What do you mean after hours? You mean when your sex life, or do you mean when you don't see him and you're by yourself and you're thinking bad thoughts? If he's turned up the perfect boyfriend, darling, keep imagining he is. If you're not communicating with him properly, say, I can be vulnerable now. I can express my feelings so easily. I'm not afraid to express my feelings anymore. I can communicate my feelings so well. Oh, and oh my God, my ex and his girlfriend are fighting even more. Haha, my son came home and told me Daddy slept on the lounge. Surely I'm not doing that. You could be, Nat. You could be. Can I manifest being debt-free and my SP also being debt-free? I love being debt-free. I love having all my bills paid. I remember when I used to be in so much debt. My God, it used to stress me out. I don't feel that stress anymore. I'm so relieved to be debt-free. So those things. Thanks so much, Loz. Your Midnight Matcha from TikTok. Oh, darling. No, I meant to ask, can we revise We Didn't Lie? How do we affirm it? Yes, you can revise the whole thing and imagine you never told them the story, and then they'll forget about it. Just revise it and revise it. Change it in your mind a million times over and over and over until you really feel that's what happened. Okay? Would they lose their memory? Yes, they forget that you told them. If we got about our reality, can we manifest our SP and attract it to anyone else? You can say that if you want. Go ahead. I'm here. SP just rang and I ignored your live. Oh, wonderful, Laura. When we are together, he is perfect, but he does not call or text or arrange for after work hours. Oh, okay, so that's what it is. So just start saying he's always calling me after work. He always wants to spend time with me outside of work. So you're only seeing each other at work. Is that the problem? So we spend so much time after hours together. We spend all our waking hours together. Oh my God, I'm finally made a live with Loz. Oh, darling. I love how revision makes them forget. It really does. It's really weird. Loz, I have a new SP I've been talking to for a few weeks every day, and this is the guy I'm meeting after Christmas, and he said to me he loves talking to me and missed talking to me the other night. Oh, Sarah. Wonderful, darling. Oh, hooray. Yay. He can wait because I need to watch it live. Oh, no, darling. Answer him. Can you revise what happens to people when you revise your past with them? Do they remember it differently, or they reflect the new thoughts? They reflect the new thoughts and they think about it the same way you did, or they completely forget it. It's really strange. Or they'll never bring it up. Like if you broke up and you revise the breakup, it's like never brought up again in a kind of a way. You never kind of sit there and dwell on it. It's like they've forgotten. If we're what if I don't think about SP that much anymore? I'm scared that when I stop thinking about him, my manifestation will not come anymore. My ex still came back and I wasn't thinking about him at all because I was with someone else. So he still came back and then confirmed and said all my affirmations. Doesn't make any difference, darling. I'm glad you're thinking about you more. After working with self-concept, I see the needy energy as really desperate. Oh, good, Marie. Good. Thanks, Loz. So much movement with my SP. I've had more people come towards me. Self-concept is amazing. Oh, Gideon, that's great. I'm a bit bummed out that he hasn't reached out to me. All right, Alexis. Well, I don't know what you want me to say. Went out with my girlfriends anyways. I went to a bar for about 10 minutes and decided to leave. The second I left, SP messaged me saying he saw me, but I was too far away. I didn't respond. I still haven't heard from him. I recently got, this is the best part. Hi, Loz. I recently got contact from my SP after 8 months and is no longer with third party. SP and I hung out, had a good time, and asked to hang out with me. I said yes, but that day came and I didn't hear from him. Went out with my girlfriends, went to a bar for about 10 minutes, decided to leave. The second I left, SP messaged me saying he saw me, but I was too far away. I didn't respond. I haven't heard from him. Why didn't you respond? Did you know he was there? Are you playing hard to get? Like, well, I'm not going to respond. He messaged you the moment you left. He was trying to get you to come back to the bar, and now you haven't fucking messaged him back, and now you're playing this. You have to message me. Alexis, you were right there. He messaged you as soon as you left. He's playing Mr. Cool, like, oh, you're over the other side of the room. You've already left, and now you're playing hard to get. What are you doing? Don't get shitty at them. If you start playing hard to get with them, guys, and not responding to their messages, and then you get shitty they haven't message when you're playing games, don't play games. If they message you, fucking message them back as if you're together. Guys, you're meant to be living in the end in your mind, not playing games like a manipulative bitch, Alexis. What are you so shitty about? The guy messaged you the moment you left. You didn't even see him there, did you? I don't get it. Why are you game playing? What are you trying to do? Get his attention? I want to try and get as much attention from you as possible. And then you're thinking, oh, no, but now I fucked it up. Now he's not going to message me back. I fucked it. You probably have, because you were thinking you fucked it up, or you were thinking you needed to do something to make something happen. You were trying to manipulate because you weren't living in your mind. You're together. If you were together, wouldn't you message your boyfriend back? I'm saying this from experience, guys. If you start playing games like not messaging them back, they get fucking shitty because you're game playing and they can see right through it and it looks like you're insecure. When we're together, he's perfect. Well, I saw that. Okay. When manifesting a new relationship, do we go straight to the end or manifesting in steps? It's sometimes too hard to go to the end for me. Well, then do it in steps, darling. It's up to you guys. If you think doing the end's too hard, don't do it. Loz, have you done a video with my Facebook comment? If so, which one? I'd love to see it. What was the comment, darling? Was it the one about getting commitment from them? I've done one about getting commitment from them and one about changing the old story. If it was either of those, is it about him having issues? That's the next one on Monday. About an SP with issues. Was that the one? Loz, do you enjoy doing these lives? Are they the highlight of your day or do you find them draining? Sometimes I find them draining. The last week I found them a little bit draining just because I've been, like this morning was fine, but today I'm a bit tired. So sometimes when I'm tired, I find them, that's when I get snippy with people because I think I'm like exhausted. I think I'm going to have to actually cut down on the lives on TikTok because if I want to get these courses done, I just don't have the time. Like even today, I was putting together the 8-hour sleep affirmation. It took me 4 hours for it to download out of my Final Cut Pro into my computer. And I couldn't use my computer for the rest of the time because it was overloading my computer and wasn't letting me use my Chrome or my Safari. It was a shit show, right? So I will have to cut down the TikTok lives, I think, just to get things done. And I've got so many things to do before Christmas as well, just like life stuff. I don't play games. I will call or text him back after this live. Good, Laura. Is it okay not to sleep with them until fully conformed because I don't want to feel used? Well, if you think you're going to be used, darling, you'll be used because that's your dominant assumption about you. I get used. You can fuck them a million times a day for all I care, but it's your thinking about the sleeping together that's the problem. If you think you're being used, darling, the only person who can think they're being used is you. That's I'm not good enough. I'm not the prize. You don't love me talking. That's I'm not chosen talking. Stopping sleeping with them or sleeping with them is not going to make any difference because it's your thinking about yourself that matters. Got it? Can you do a video on revision? I find it so fascinating. Yes, I will do a YouTube actually about it because I can actually talk about it at length. And I could probably give you some great Neville examples in some of Neville's stories. So my SP treats her girlfriend really badly and I'm scared that's going to happen to me. Can I change her? What? So your SP's got a girlfriend, but you want them, but you want a person who treats a girlfriend badly. Why do you want that SP? Why would you want someone who treats people badly? Why would you want that person? Yeah, you can change them, but I would thoroughly assess why the fuck you would want someone who treats people like shit. That says something about you. Why would you want that person? You can see them as loving and kind and treats you beautifully, but I would also assess why you would want that person. Greetings from Finland. Oh, wonderful. I blocked him because he's way too triggering to handle and brings back so many old stories I just don't want to remember. Darling, some of your comments, honestly, I just don't think you're listening to me. You're doing a whole lot of shit in 3D and you're getting triggered by him and you're really not assessing how you're causing him to act that way. If he's triggering you, you're triggering yourself. They're not doing anything of the sort, darling. They're not coming over to you and shaking you and pushing buttons that trigger you. You're doing it to yourself. You're really not getting that. Hi, Cynthia Darediva. You're Cynthia, aren't you? I keep forgetting what your actual name is, but I realised on Facebook the other day that's you, darling. Hello. How to manifest despite facing resistance when starting the reaffirming. How to persist despite facing resistance when starting the reaffirming. The resistance is just your old thinking, guys. There's nothing outside of you causing resistance. There's no block outside of you or inside of you. It's your old thinking resisting you. It's your subconscious mind causing resistance. That's all. Just fight against it. Argue with it. How to manifest a house if I can't afford the deposit. Just imagine you have the home already, darling, and how that comes about. So that's how I got my car. I couldn't get a loan from anyone. I still got the car because I drove my old car as if it was my new car, right? Just imagine your house now is a brand new house or a house that you own. Love you, Loz. A few months ago, I was doing miserable. Not anymore. I'm so happy that I found your lives and my life is now amazing. Thanks to you so much. Oh, Jazz. Is this Jazz I had a call with? One. Lucy, I met up with SP and third party is gone. He hasn't conformed to my desires, still saying he wants to be friends, etc. I will be honest, I did react to 3D, but I did not spiral. What do I do now? Don't worry about it. Look, guys, the friend stuff, it's slowly catchy monkey. If they say that, just be like, You can say things like, well, that's not what I want, but if that's what you want, okay. Or say, all right, like however you want to verbalize it, guys, but I want you to be not in friend zone. Okay. I want you to see yourself as the girlfriend, 100% see yourself as the girlfriend and don't push it. Renee, I'd love to hear how you did that with your car. I literally drove my old shitty car every time I got in it. I imagined with my eyes as I was driving that it was a white little hatchback, brand new with beautiful interiors. And I would say out loud, I love my new car. It was so easy for me to get. I love my new car. It was so easy for me to get. And I kept just saying it and saying it every day I drove it. And I would imagine it was beautifully cool inside with aircon, and it was all technological, and it was 40 degrees most days with my window down with no air conditioning. My dog would be passing out in the seat and I'd be imagining it was cool in there. I was really using all my senses, my sense of touch, like the air around me was cool. I could hear a beautiful radio station, like music coming through Spotify through my speakers. My radio wasn't even working. I had no radio, no aircon, a broken door, no lock on the door, a rusty old car, no power steering, and I was driving it as if it had power steering, automatic, lovely and cool, brand new, locked door. I've used my imagination. What do you think would be the most effective mental diet for manifesting changes to physical appearance? Weight loss, acne, reversing aging. Would you affirm wake up to the wish fulfilled? Yes, you could wake up to the wish fulfilled. You could stand in front of the mirror and tell yourself how you look now. Tell yourself your skin's so clear, and as you put your retinol on at night or your moisturizer or whatever, you tell your complexion how spot free it is and how your complexion is perfection and you're so youthful. Okay, it's like J-Lo does. I'm youthful and timeless at any age. All right, you can say things like that, and then you could also just be not looking at the scales or not, triggering yourself by looking in the mirror of your full body if you don't want to, but stand in front of the mirror and tell yourself, I'm at the perfect shape, my body's at the perfect weight, things like that. I just love the conversations SP and I have with her, but sometimes she can be a bit overbearing. I don't want to change much just for her to be a little nicer. Oh, you mean you're talking about SP's friend? It's a friend who's a girl and she's not nice to her. Well, just say she's so lovely to all her friends. She's so lovely to everyone. She's so different now. She used to treat us so badly. She doesn't do that anymore. I feel like some of my friends I need to give to get love. What to affirm? Should I have friendships with rellos like that? I don't need to give to get love. I don't attract those kind of people anymore. Everyone treats me differently now. My old friends are like brand new friends. They see the new me and they love it. They love it when I don't overgive. They love it when I sit there and I'm confident. They love the new me. I don't need to give to get love. I realize that I get triggered when people raise their voice at me or loud voice. Okay, so if I shout at you in a live, you probably get triggered. A lot of people get triggered by me yelling, and it's because you came from a yelly, screamy household. Did you come from a violent household or a volatile household or a yelly, screamy household? Someone yells at me, I get all shaky. So it's amazing that I yell at other people, but it's probably because that's how I was disciplined as a child. I was yelled at constantly and consistently, and 90% of the day screamed at by my mum, and my parents would then scream at each other, and it was just a house of screaming. Did you have a household like that? That's why. Go and revise that shit. He triggered me about my boys yesterday and I ended up in tears. SP felt so guilty, but it's fine because it's showing me what I need to work on. Don't worry, darling. If you show your emotions like that, just imagine that they love it and they understand how they triggered you, and then you know what your triggers are. That's wonderful, darling. My acne is pretty much gone just from affirmations. Really, Laura? What were you saying? I've been scripting Facebook posts for when I get the house in my own name, when SP makes me his girlfriend, etc. Is this still on the right path? That's wonderful. Now that's great. What can we affirm against getting triggered by shouting? No one ever shouts at me. Everyone's so calm with me. No one ever shouts except for Loz, and I know she's doing it with love. So something like that. No one ever shouts in my reality. Everyone's always so calm and lovely to me. Any advice for affirmations to help heartbreak? Well, darling, do you want the person back, or do you want to just sit there and dwell on your heartbreak? You can get them back, We don't do heartbreak here. We don't do getting over them here. But if that's what you want, I'm not heartbroken anymore. I remember when I used to love that motherfucker. I don't even like him anymore. Say those things. So revise being triggered by shouting or raised voices. Yes, you can go and revise your whole childhood and say, my household was so calm. Other people's households were so shouty and screamy. Mine were never like that. My parents got along so well. My mum always had a sweet, soft demeanour about her. My dad never shouted. I need to do that. Love the 2-week challenge. Yes, it was actually Sasha's idea from I Am Sasha Official on TikTok. I feel like some of my friends, hang on. What can we affirm against? I saw that one. What to do when there's no movement and he's still the same toxic version? Oh, darling. Read your comment again. If you think he's the same toxic version, he'll stay that way. The end. I can't help you with that. You're fucking the whole thing up by calling him the toxic version, thinking of him as toxic. Till you stop thinking of him that way, he won't change. So you've got fucking no chance of movement because you think he's toxic. So why would he turn up wonderful to you? Why would he be loving to you? Why would he be pursuing you? Why would he be wanting you if he's some toxic asshole? You've got to think the complete opposite of him, darling. How do I understand why I keep on liking guys? Is it because I feel unwanted or something? Gays? What do you mean gays? Do you mean you keep liking gay guys instead of straight guys? Is that what you're talking about? Probably because you feel unchosen, so you'll literally pick a person who won't choose you. Mm-hmm. I saw original SP the other day after months of not seeing him, haha. He drove past my bus, lol, but I didn't react. I just affirmed, and I know they always come back, and he's here now. Ah, wonderful. That's hilarious. Am I overcomplicating things? I have some regular affirmations, but throw in lots of different ones that come to my mind and to counteract negative thoughts. Guys, look, I have a gazillion affirmations. I know I tell you guys not to do that many, but I have so many. So, look, it's just up to you, whatever's best for your brain. If you want to throw in some extra ones and not be bored, do it. There's 102 people here. So SP was loving and flirtatious yesterday. He was texting me so much last night because he was concerned about me being so upset, plus my estranged mother turned up on my doorstep. Oh, lovely. Your estranged mum turned up on your doorstep, Laura Louise. That's wonderful. So he was making sure I was okay. Oh, that's lovely, darling. Whatever you're doing is working. Keep doing it. I'm trying to change the story. I've seen myself as the mate and hence loads of male friends, including SP. It's a process of I'm being kind to myself as I continue to affirm to change my belief. Good, JC, but also really work on the I'm not chosen stuff. When my sleep affirmation comes out on Thursday, start really doing it because that's an I'm not chosen, I'm not good enough to even be your girlfriend thinking. Mm-hmm. Why does manifesting slow down when we look for evidence? Can't we just make the rule for ourselves that I can look and still get it? Well, do that, darling, but it's literally telling your mind that it's not here. If you were on the bus, would you be looking for the bus? If you'd finished the race, would you be imagining starting it? Would you be running it? It's like contradicts in your mind and you confuse your subconscious. So if you want to fucking go and do that, guys, like some of you are just so determined to do the opposite. But can't I just, well, fucking go and do it then and watch your fucking 3D just blow up in your face. I've warned you. But hey, go and do a Sammy Ingram and say, I can make up all the rules. Well, I know you can, Sammy, but sometimes you've got some fucking subconscious thought that's stuck back there and it doesn't matter what the fuck rule you make, your subconscious will overrule that rule every fucking time because it's older and it's more predominant and it's been there a fucking long time. So you can make up all the rules you like, NJ, but I warn you, it probably won't fucking work. Some of you really just want to be like naughty children, like, but I want to just have a shit diet and still get thin. You're like, okay, bitch, well, good luck with that. Like you could do that, I guess you could affirm, but you know what I'm saying? Like, go and try it. Why are you asking me? Go and say that I make all the rules and I can think shit fucking thoughts all day and I can check his Instagram like a bitch and look for third parties all I like and no third parties will cometh. But the fact that you're fucking checking it tells me that you don't trust yourself, you don't believe in your power, and you haven't at all set any fucking rules in your mind that you can do this because why would you even look? Go ahead. Just scream my head off at you because I hate that kind of shit. Why can't we? Well, fucking go and do it then. Guys, I'm not in your mind telling you what to do. Do whatever the fuck you want and get back to us and tell us if it worked. Loz, I've been trying to use all my senses when visualizing, and one scent I imagine is dragon's blood. Oh my God. What is that? As I always used it in SP's house. However, I can't actually smell it, but it's describing it enough. Yes, darling. Is that like a perfume or something? Wonderful. Do it. Yeah, just describing it would be enough. Like I can smell their smell. You don't have to actually smell them. You just imagine you're doing it. That's awesome. And how did the new car come into your life? I love hearing these stories. I will post it as a success story, I guess, on my YouTube because I recorded it once and I never posted it. I was going to put it in a manifestation group, but I never did. I literally just imagined I would get the money, and every credit company turned me down. And the one car yard I really wanted a car from, and I said, the day I went there, I said, these guys are going to give me a car. And then they're the ones that turned me down. And I said, no, that car yard, those guys were mesmerized by me, and they're going to give me a car by hook or by crook. They're going to find a way to give me a car. And they actually found a way to give me a brand new car, not a secondhand one. And they gave me the money themselves. And I don't pay any interest. It was fucking weird. And they told me there were no white ones. When I finally got the car and I wanted a white one, I said, I want a white one. And I said to the guy, I'm going to get a white one. And he went, there aren't any. I showed you on the computer. I was like, I'm sure one will magically appear. And he looked at my SP like, this girl's fucking insane. And 3 days later, a white one turned up. And there weren't any in the whole of where I live. Hang on. Loz, we've had our power off for like 3 hours. And Osgrid said it would be off for another 4 hours. I just affirmed it would be back on at 8:30, and it was on at 8:15. Wonderful, darling. Hooray! You can just be like, that rule doesn't apply for me. I have all the electricity. Everyone else hasn't got their electricity, but miraculously mine turns on. Exactly, darling. Wonderful. What if my friend keeps bringing up old toxic version of SP? How do I keep seeing the new version of SP? Literally, darling, go like this. I don't want to talk about him or her anymore. Stop talking about it, please. It upsets me. Can't you do that? Or you just secretly want to engage in the conversation because you fucking love it. I don't believe you guys when you say they're talking about them. I know what that's like. You want to talk about it. Stop it. Because we've had our power. I saw the one. Dragon's blood is just an incense. Oh, okay. I had so much movement with my SP, and then I said he liked a picture of another girl he's been dating. Why does this happen? Because you fucking checked it. Because you think he still doesn't love you. Because you think there's still competition. Why would you even know that? That's because you checked. That's because you looked. That's because you're still worried that he's looking at other girls, talking to other girls, liking other girls, and then he will. Finally got contact after 4 months. I know it will take a bit of time. How do I move forward to make him crazy and leave third party? Don't worry about it, darling. Slowly catching monkey. Got the contact. Take it every day, one day at a time. Don't take the whole staircase. Take each step, okay? Just imagine he's constantly calling, texting me. He loves being my man. He loves his life with me. Every other girl he's ever met, he's completely forgotten about them. He doesn't want them. He wants me. I saw a post about talking to your subconscious to show it something, and some posts were asking the SP to message them. I did that, and a few days later, I went to his Insta and realized he unfollowed me. Oh no, darling. Well, why were you checking? See, guys, what are you going there and checking? I went to his Insta. Well, how do you know they're not following you? Because you go and check. And the very act of checking means that somewhere in the back of your mind, you had this terrible thought that they might have unfollowed you. I used to go to his Insta and talk to his pics like they're there. When I realized I was unblocked, he didn't realize I was in his friends list. Yes, but you must have gone to the friends list to even check if you were still there. So the checking caused the unfriending. Don't check. Yes, listen to Loz. I wish I'd done this weeks ago, lol, but it proved to me I still need to work on me and feeling loads better now. Look, now, don't worry, darling. You're on your way, okay? I need to remind myself I went from no contact to everyday contact and coming around all the time. A relationship is next. I know I'm doing well. Look, guys, whatever you do, don't push it. I'm just saying it from experience. Don't push them, okay? You've just got to not react and not get triggered and not push them. Your video on the old story was amazing. I was, oh, thank you. I've written mine out and discovered it had nothing to do with the third party, but events prior to it. Write out the news story and feel so content about things. Oh, great, Maria. Yay. Yeah, you've really got to concentrate on that news story. That's the key. And also discovering what is tied to your self-concept in the old story. It's always about you guys. It's not just a story that came out of nowhere. The reason why you came up with that story is because of your self-concept. I've banned any mention of SP and no one says a word about him. Wonderful, JCC. You can just say, no one ever talks to me about them in my reality. You can say those affirmations and they fucking won't. I had movement. My SP contacted me today. OMG, wonderful. Yes, darling. Love those emojis. What's the benefit of the keto diet again? I heard you talking about it before. It's just to counteract insulin resistance, darling, because sugar causes insulin resistance, and insulin resistance causes inflammation, which causes things like heart disease, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, a whole lot of things, okay? So any inflammatory disease like arthritis or condition is caused by insulin in your body coursing around that causes that inflammation, okay? So the ketogenic diet takes away your insulin response, and therefore you're just in an even keel all day rather than going up, down with your glycogen and your insulin. You literally, that's how people get diabetes, because they get insulin resistant and then eventually they become diabetic. So it's to stop you becoming diabetic. It's to stop arthritis, to stop Alzheimer's. It's just a diet of basically living like cavemen used to, and not living on grains or anything, because they didn't have those. You think they only ate meat, vegetables, because they were around, leaves on trees and shit, but there was hardly any fruit because it was only seasonal, so they hardly ate any sugar. It's a sugar-free, very high-fat diet, because fat isn't the enemy, guys. It's sugar. But you can eat a sugar diet all you like and affirm that it won't kill you, but I know for me I need to be on a ketogenic diet because the other diets really affect me very badly. And I'm probably thinking that, but it's in my mind very strongly. I love your TikTok. You can't let me go. I'm too damn special to you. I feel, where is it? I feel so powerful saying it. Oh, wonderful. I was wondering if I'd already made it. As I said it, I thought, have I already made this? But then I realized maybe I hadn't. It's just something I'd recorded for myself and I listened to it a lot. Yeah, I love that one too. SP slept my shitty self-concept in the face with third party, and the whole time I thought he don't want a relationship. Perfect reflection of me being the issue, not him, my self-concept. Oh. Okay, I don't understand that, what actually happened, but there's a third party and it's reflecting your thinking. Okay, well then change your thinking, darling, to I am the chosen one, I am chosen. Go and do my sleep affirmation tape that's coming out on Thursday. I manifested SP in a car crash. Oh no, it was a passing thought, and he called me yesterday all worried and sad. No one was hurt, but it did make me laugh like, oh shit, that was me. Guys, you can actually really do things like that. And then you realize afterwards and you're like, oh no, I did that. I've done that a few times with things and I've been like, oh, I have to be really careful. What if SP has a million girls comment on his pics and he says they're all just friends, but there's hearts? Saloni, look, I don't know what to say to you. If you girls are caring about girls' comments on their photos, it's all about you. What if you were dating a celebrity like Harry Styles and you're Olivia, whatever her name is, and you cared about that? You'd be breaking up with him every day because look how many people comment on his photos. Doesn't mean he likes the girls, just means he's being like, if he puts a heart on it, he's being a good social media person and keeping his fan base. Is this guy someone who needs a following or someone who likes being popular or does it for his job or his work? That's why they're doing it. But you're giving it the meaning that those girls are a threat, those girls competition. It means something to him. He's talking to those girls, la, 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 la. That's all you. If you were confident in yourself and believe that your SP loved you, you wouldn't give a fucking shit about these randoms. But it's you, darling. You've got to feel chosen. He could have a million bitches liking his photos. You wouldn't care if your self-concept was strong. If you felt like the chosen one. Do my sleep affirmation that comes out on Thursday, please. Hi, Loz. How do I know if you're pushing and forcing SP compared to just living in the end and being normal, asking to see him because I know we're together? Why are you asking to see him? Why are you doing that? Why are you doing anything in the 3D? Stop. Imagine they see you all the time in your mind. Hey, Loz. Hi, Megan. I don't care about comments. Yes, don't care about any of those things, guys. Look, if they were in the public eye, you'd be freaking out every 5 minutes. So you're saying I'm going to find out SP is actually down a well? Probably. If you keep saying they're going down a well, honestly, guys, one day, somebody's SP is going to end up down a well. Thanks, Loz. You're always helping. Oh, don't worry, darling. You're welcome. Like the video. Oh, that's nice, darling. Thank you. Yes, I saw this one. Oh, I thought it was something to do with witchcraft. Haha. I seen a witch mention it before and she put it on her spells. I don't watch witchcraft anymore. Oh, dragon's blood. All right. Mariana, your video on the, oh, good. Okay. Hang on. I'm scrolling up, guys. Should I forgive my SP for saying I was acting like a bitch because I left him? Yes, please. Guys, whatever they say is because you think they don't love you, you think they think you're a bitch, you think they think you're manipulative or whatever the fucking thoughts were. You got to forgive them for everything, guys. Whatever comes out their mouth was in your brain first. We don't need to ask. We are queens on the throne. Yes, guys. So since my realization about my chat with SP the other night and realizing it mimicked that of my father, how can I affirm against this and affirm ex-wife moves back at Christmas so he doesn't move away? Just have a situation in your mind, darling, that he constantly spends time with you. He sees you every day. We live together. If he had something like that, how could he be living somewhere else? Like, guys, if you really go to the end, however that comes about, you could either move there, he moves there, he moves back, she moves back. We spend so much time together, living together, and his children are always there. He spends so much time with his children now and with me. We all spend time as a family together because we all live together now. Say things like that, however you want it to come about. Be careful. It might be like she gets in a car accident and the next minute he has to look after the children full time. It's like, you know what I mean? Like the way you go to the end, go right to the end, but imagine what it is you truly want. In regards to him finally reaching out and apologising, shall I just continue living in the end of being back together while recreating him from his mental health and let things naturally unfold? Yes, darling, but stop caring about that he's got mental health issues. Start seeing him as fully, completely whole and over everything. Because if you see them as this person who needs to fix themselves, you never know when they're going to come back, because how long is that going to take? See them as completely thriving now mentally. They have no mental health issues. They used to. I remember when he used to have all those issues. He doesn't have issues anymore. So those things. And yes, what you said, recreating completely. He's checking the 3-day cake. It's showing me everything I want. Everything I'm affirming is becoming fact, so I love looking and being smug. Well, do that, darling. It's like the tarot on the You For You page. If it fucking bolsters you up and makes you feel amazing and like, yeah, he's back any minute now, well, then fucking do it. If looking at the third party, like the third party and him fighting on there or whatever helps you, fucking do it. But it's up to you guys. I'm not in your mind knowing how you're going to react to that. Just posting this again because we're on the Giving Everything Positive Meaning Challenge. Oh, good. I was going to tell you too, I had a tarot reading where they said I needed to work on myself, otherwise I wouldn't have a happy relationship. Put positive meaning to it and said it was just old thoughts. Good, darling. Oh, that bitch is just, that's old news. Yeah, I've worked on myself, bitch. I'm perfect. Exactly. I lost 173 pounds on keto, low carb. Did you? Holy shit. Amazing, darling. I'm definitely going to try keto. What do you usually eat daily? If I don't mind you asking. Oh, well, I haven't been lately because I've been sick. But in the morning, I don't have breakfast. I have cream in my coffee rather than a lot of milk. I have half and half. You shouldn't really have milk, but try an intermittent fast. But at first, you might find it hard. And then for lunch, I'll have things like, I don't know, some meatballs or sausages or something and some cheese. Or I have cheese and gherkins or polony and cheese. I eat a lot of cheese. And then I might have a tiny bit of fruit in a smoothie, like a kale smoothie with a tiny bit of berries, like strawberries or blueberries or something, because they're the lowest sugar fruit is berries, any berries. And then at dinner, I'll just have, meat and veg. It's the fat content you want to be upping on and lowering any carbs like fruit. Like vegetables, you can eat all the vegetables in the world, especially greens. Hang on, guys, I'm going down. In regard, do you have a converter so you can convert your morning meditation to MP3 so I can save it as a morning alarm, please, Loz? Oh, what I'll do is I'll stick it in the self-concept course and you guys can have the MP3. And then I'll sell them separately on the website. You can just have just the MP3s if you want. You don't want the course. We don't need to ask SP because in our minds, SP is how we want them to be. So, of course, they will reach out to us and see us naturally. Yes, darling, that's perfect, Danielle. You don't need to ask them. You don't need to control them, beg them, anything. Just do it in your mind. If you want more affection, imagine them affectionate. If you want them seeing you more, imagine you spend time together. Okay? I don't really care about 3D, that I don't want to see any more negative. I'm so serene and confident that my family, worry persons anyway, are worrying about me. I feel amazing, but they worry. Oh, don't worry about that, darling. If they're warriors and they worry a lot, just imagine them not like that anymore and eventually they'll change. That's wonderful, darling. SP1 being cold, but admitted his feelings for me are still there. Oh, good, darling. He said he doesn't know what he wants and can't put me through it while he works it out. SP2 is showing up how I want SP2. Well, don't worry, darling. He'll slowly change because you've got an old story about him that's more prevalent than the SP2 because the SP2 is new. You don't have such a story about them. Really get rid of the old story of your SP1 as much as you possibly can and see him completely differently. I don't want to affirm nothing about them, though. I don't care. I know I'll be good. Good, darling, good. That's how I eat anyway. Oh, is it Laura? What did you say? I affirm that SP is healthy, healed, and whole and feels worthy of me. Yes, that's great. Well, I've been working on self-concept, feel great, but catch myself affirming for old SP. I feel like I'm powerful. I can make him conform. Well, look, guys, if you catch yourself affirming for them, don't worry. You love them. You're going to do that. And just imagine that they're changing. I love how hyped you get. These YouTube lives are so much more intimate. Oh, yeah, it's much easier. And you can write a big, long question, can't you guys? Onerios, hang on. How do you give advice / support to an ex-friend, etc., who are still seeing their life through their own shitty self-concept when they don't know about law of assumption? You really try not to, darling. You really try not to give advice, especially if you're a girl and it's a guy. Don't advise for them. I do that so often, and it really fucks things up because then you make them feel like they can't do things themselves. I would just see them differently and only give advice if they ask you and say, babe, you'll work it out. I know you know what to do. If they ask, say, well, maybe, I do this, I guess. I don't know. It's up to you, babe. But that's the way I do it. After years of being the advice giver, it just doesn't bode well. See them having the solution. See them differently. See them not with the issues anymore. See them without a shitty self-concept. Stop describing them as having a shitty self-concept. See them having a perfect one. Thanks, Loz. Giving SP2 a go, and I'm still a fan for SP1. Wonderful done. Loz, if I feel I'm not sure I'm manifesting my SP because I want proof to myself I can do it, is it low self-concept? Well, guys, if you're just doing it to see if it works, well, go ahead if you really want to. But then what are you going to do when you get them back? You have to turn them away. SP looked at me like we are more when I mentioned we are still intimate. It was beautiful. Oh, wonderful, darling. Hooray. I'm affirming he's calling me straight after this live. Oh, I love it, Laura. I love it. Hang on. Hang on. Any more questions, guys? They're not coming. They're not popping up, these questions. It's like I'm at the end of the one I just said. What are the questions? Oh, no, here they are. Oh, no. Hi, Loz. Affirm for my self-concept that I'm always chosen and a priority, loved and wanted, etc. I wake up with anxiety. Maybe I should affirm more about feeling safe, or I don't know what else. Are you doing the nighttime tapes and that's making you feel anxious, or are you just waking up with anxiety? If you're waking up with anxiety, darling, do my anti-anxiety meditation every morning. Just before you get out of bed, lie there and do it for 11 minutes and just listen to it, relax yourself, and then do the affirmations. I know how to soothe myself and make myself feel safe. I am in control of the feelings I feel. I am calm. I am serene. I'm in control of my thoughts now. And it goes at 7 minutes, 7 minutes in, it has those affirmations. You could just do those. Go and find it on my YouTube, darling. It's called Let Go of Your Fears Meditation. Okay, but just start affirming before you get out of bed. Before you even get out of bed, have some affirmations like those, but you'll find them in that tape, in that video. Hey, looking lovely. Oh, thanks, Molly. How can I manifest something never being found out and me forgetting it even happened? I don't want SP finding something out about my past. Thank you. Well, stop worrying that it's a problem. Go and revise your past and imagine it never fucking happened. Okay, be the new you. The new version of you doesn't have that old past. The new version of you isn't the girl who worries about that because that didn't exist. Go and revise it as if it never fucking happened. And if you can't do that and you find it really hard, just say it doesn't matter what they find out, they love me anyway. SP is out of town for the week. Any affirmations to make sure he misses me and wish I was with him and bring me a present? Just say, oh, he's so lonely without me. He's miserable without me. He wishes I was there. Every time he goes somewhere and sees something cool, he wishes he could share it with me. He misses me. Can't wait to see me again. He's picking out gifts to bring me back. Those things done. What is it if I want to show the whole world that I can get my SP and being together with him? Why do I have this need to show everyone that I can have it? Is it because you like to be proved right? Is it because your parents always criticized you or made you feel wrong and so you like to be right? Is it because you want to show them off because you want to feel like the chosen one? No, darling, you really have to assess that. Is it from a place of like you really, really want everyone to know because you want to be popular or you want to be liked or you want to be seen as cool or something because when you're at school you're rejected a bit? Is it that? What are your thoughts on black magic? It's just manifesting, darling, with tools. Thanks, Loz. Giving SP2 also the one. Hang on. It's so strange knowing all this now. I always said I wanted kids at 26 and it happened. I always said I never wanted a broken family after growing up in one and it happened. The penny is really dropping. Oh, look, my mum always said that. She never wanted a broken home because of her family and she ended up in one. It was her biggest fear, and it came about. And I was just telling the story on the live this morning how when my parents finally got divorced 18 years after separating, even when she put in the papers, she didn't write the form correctly, and she still wasn't divorced 2 years later, and she got this thing in the mail. I swear to you, my mum never, ever, ever wanted a broken home. She even manifested the divorce not going through properly. She never wanted to be a divorced person. Yeah, I have medication, but I struggle with this. You're right. Thank you. I did that to relax myself, but I don't stick with doing it every day. Oh, okay. So do the affirmations, darling. I promise you it will help more than medication for anxiety, really. Go and listen to that and take out whichever affirmations really work for you and repeat them all the time to really calm yourself. And do EFT tapping as well. Look up Brad Yates on YouTube. He's a wonderful person to watch about anxiety and EFT tapping. I told my friend yesterday about the movement I've had with SP, and she really shot me down and said it's coincidence. So happy I can come on these lives and talk with like-minded people. Oh, guys, sometimes talking to your friends is the fucking worst thing you can do. The amount of times I've had conversations with friends and then I've gone and fucked things up with my SPs because they put ideas in my head is just astounding. Don't do it. How can I manifest a new friend group? Say, I have so many new friends. I love my new friends. I make friends so easily now. I'm everyone's favorite person. Hey, Loz, I've been affirming to not go to this one job, but my parents forced me, and now I'm starting this week. Should I still keep affirming? Just imagine they fire you, or they tell you you're not needed, or you weren't suitable. Just imagine yourself working somewhere else. Discovered you a few weeks ago, and I feel like a brand new person. Realized I had a low self-concept when it came to love. Currently living in the end and ready for greatness. Thank you, Loz. Oh, Patrice, that's great. Hooray. Oh, wonderful done. Keep going. Hello, I wanted to let you know I just started following you on Sunday and have changed my life. I received a contact from my SP after no contact, and I changed the way I think, as you say. Oh, Marjorie, wonderful. Guys, amazing. Oh, I'm thrilled for you guys. Oh, guys, I can't tell you how happy it makes me when I hear you guys like getting your SPs and changing your thinking and feeling so much better in yourselves. Just honestly, I was saying to my best friend, old best friend the other day, like, I get such a kick out of this. It's so rewarding for me, honestly, guys. It really is. My excitement is real for you guys. I promise you. I wake up initially with anxiety, with a bit of the old story coming in, but I affirm like a bitch over it. I'm going to try your anti-anxiety meditation. Yes, if you're firm over it, that's the key, guys. It's like fighting your mind every time it has the anxious thought, oh, maybe he doesn't, maybe he's forgotten about me. Maybe he's lying in bed with her today. Maybe, no, fuck that. He's lying in bed with me. He's here with me now. Oh, babe, I can feel your body against mine. Oh, I love your smell. You love me so much. What did you do when you were away? Oh, you missed me, didn't you? Have inner conversations, affirm like a bitch. Do whatever you can to stop that thinking, guys. How do I unmanifest black magic? Apparently 3P does spells on SP. Darling, you just have to stop believing in that shit. It's not a thing. It's not a thing. It's not a thing. Are you African or something? What's going on there that you have such a strong belief in this shit? It's not a thing. It's manifesting, okay? No one can do anything in your reality other than you. But if you believe people are manifesting shit into your reality and causing black magic to occur, then you've literally given them the permission to have free will in your reality. But they don't. Black magic is bullshit, guys, upon you. If you think someone's doing it to you, it's your belief that they're doing it to you. You're causing your brain to have that belief, and therefore, whatever you think is working will work. It's your belief in it. Stop fucking believing it. Black magic doesn't exist. I don't believe in that absolute bullshit. What fucking idiot would believe that? I'm not an idiot, so I don't believe it. Start saying that shit, darling, and it won't be true for you, but you're saying it's true, so it's going to come true in your reality, and you're giving everyone your reality free will to fuck your life up. Jesus Christ. I'm not ready for a relationship is only just my own self-concept, right? Working on it, yes, but also your belief about them not wanting you, your belief about them not loving you, your belief about them being fuckboy and not wanting commitment or not being ready or being fucked up about their ex or they just got divorced or whatever the fucking story is. It's also the story you've sticky noted them with. Get rid of it. Hang on. Hang on, I'm going down. I can't see any questions. Is it possible to manifest the death of someone by worrying about it? Well, I wouldn't do that. Stop that. I don't want to say yes, but it kind of is. So don't do that. I always assumed my mum would get Alzheimer's. She's got Alzheimer's. The way you talk has helped me a lot, and also listen to the sleep meditation you have. I feel my power, and I already have my manifestation here now, and it's done. Oh, wonderful, Marjorie. Oh, hooray. I'm so glad I found new people from YouTube, because I always thought that a lot of my followers were straight from my TikTok and coming over. But when I looked at my analytics the other day, I think I've gained like 500 new subscribers just from the sleep affirmation tape. Like, that aren't people that know about me from TikTok. That's great. I can't seem to reply to people's comments, lol, but yeah, we need to reprogram our mind. I'm going to start with I am safe and secure in the morning. I find that annoying too. I can't figure out how to do it. Is it at? You go at to their name, or you click on their name? When I've been on TikTok lives, YouTube lives, I can never figure out how to do it either. Does anyone know how to do it? It's annoying. What's this, Cynthia? About anxiety, also cut out sugar, wheat, flour, any form of grains, lots of fish, ask your nutritionist for vitamins, and take some buds daily, lots of green vegetables as they have magnesium. Honestly, I agree with you. As soon as I did keto, my anxiety depleted massively, because your brain and your gut are connected. It's the gut-brain connection. And diseases like Parkinson's now are fully formed because of gut flora, because your gut flora is all out of whack, and there's a certain flora that isn't present, and that gives you Parkinson's. So I fully believe that my diet change really helped my anxiety quell, because I did the exact diet you're talking about. Mm-hmm. How do you deal with your friends that doubt this lifestyle? I feel like an earlier comment, it's maybe best keeping it to yourself, these groups being great support. Look, guys, you've really got to pick wisely who you talk to about this stuff. There are people in my life who I will say things to, and I can see them looking at me like I'm a nut, and other people will listen. Eventually, when your life starts to change and they see the benefits of what you're doing, they'll start asking you what you did. Trust me, they'll start asking. Even my dad asks me things now, and I'm like, can't believe my dad's asking me. I love your nighttime affirmation, waiting for the anti-aging one. Oh, yes, anti-aging. Oh, yeah, I'll definitely do that one. You want it as a nighttime one, the anti-aging. Okay. Yeah, that's a good one. I'll do a money one and an anti-aging one. I might do these in between the sleep affirmations. So I'll have a new self-concept one every 21 days, but in between I might do money, success, aging, get rid of the third party. I might have different ones, although they're a fucking bitch to put together. I'm not going to say that. They're really, really easy to put together. They take no time at all. Don't forget good fats if it's important for depression. Yep. As soon as I started eating more fat and no sugar, my depression just went away. Here it is, at subconscious laws. You type at and then write their name. As you start writing the different options with people's names that way will come up. Oh, is that what you do? So it is doing at, and then as you write their name. Oh, there you go. So that's how you do it, guys. That's how you can reply to people in here, okay? Reverse aging meditation. Yes, I'm doing it, I promise. I want that for myself. Loz, how do I recreate old SP that was mad I didn't give him the money? I do still love him. Don't yell at me. I do love him. Don't worry about it, Marie. Just see him as not the person who doesn't even care about that anymore. He wouldn't dare ask you for money. He's the kind of man who would never ask a woman for money anymore. That old him is dead. I never see that old him anymore, and he's not that old guy. He is so kind to me. He does things for me now. He buys things for me now. He's so kind and generous to me now. See him differently though. Loz, would it be okay if I use a pic in an affirmation saying that's me or I look like that? Absolutely, guys. It's like a vision board. If it helps you, use it. Good morning, Loz. Had such good movement with SP this week. Oh, did you, Jenny Cole? I love it. Loz, would it be, oh, I saw that one. I do my own anti-aging. I affirm I only look about 21. Oh, that's great. Yes, I'd say things like people think I'm younger than I am. People always comment on my glowing skin, or people think my skin is glowing, and people always say on the TikTok lives, your skin is glowing, Loz. Someone posted a question on Facebook that since finding LOA, things seem to get worse. I had a similar experience, but I'm persisting. But can you elaborate that circumstances truly don't matter? I don't teach LOA. You're talking about law of assumption? I had similar experience, but I'm persisting. But can you elaborate that circumstances truly don't matter? You create the circumstances, Amanda. If you have a belief that things are getting worse, just your belief in that will make things worse. Oh, look, thing happened. Maybe this is not working. Maybe me doing this is making things worse. Things are getting worse. And another thing happens. Oh, it's getting worse. Guys, sometimes it's just the old shit playing out, and it takes a while for that old shit that you've been thinking predominantly for a while to play out. It's called the purge. People call it the purge. You were thinking it for about a year, and it might take 6 months for all the shit to play out, all the thoughts of I'm not good enough, I'm not wanted, and then a third party shows up. Oh, my God, I did that with my thinking from before. You created that circumstance. If you don't believe me about circumstances don't matter, Look at any circumstances in your life and think, did I ever think this might happen? Or do I have any shitty thoughts that are associated with this happening? Oh, yeah, I fucking did. I created this circumstance. That's why they don't matter, because I fucking caused it. If you guys don't understand you're the only cause, then you're fucked with this belief about law of assumption. You won't understand that the simple law is this. What you dominantly think you are will manifest. What you think of yourself, others, and situations will manifest. Will. There's no ifs or buts about it. It will. So if you once thought they didn't love you and now they've left you and got a third party, well, ta-da, that fucking played out. And if it played out while you're affirming now like a bitch and discovering law of assumption, but it's still playing out, well, you were thinking it for a while, weren't you? Even if you're only thinking it subconsciously, you once thought it. When were you treading in the wine press, as Neville calls it? Someone was treading on the grapes making the wine. The wine is now being drunk. But you made it ages ago with your fucking feet in a barrel. And you're not recognizing when you sowed the thing that's now harvesting. You reap what you sow. Have you guys heard that expression? That's when the purge happens. What you're sowing, he doesn't love me, he doesn't want me, I'm not chosen, will eventually turn up as a third party, them leaving you, them not loving you, them splitting up with you. Harvest. Harvest time. And then you're wondering why circumstances don't matter. You caused that circumstance. It's your harvest. Go rip it out, sow new seeds to have a new harvest. But it might take a while for the seeds to fucking grow. Got it? That's why. I told myself it was just old stuff coming out. Exactly. Yes, third party showed up and I was shook, but I knew it was previous fear. Exactly, darling. So if you once thought he didn't love you, you once thought you weren't chosen, you once worried about his ex or whatever fucking shit, then know that you did that and you can get rid of the bitch because you caused her. You literally sowed the seed of her and now she's grown into a fucking tree that you've harvested. Since I've been affirming my XXX is magical, the XXX with SP has been so magical. Why is that? Because you affirmed it. So it worked. You did that. I always say that whatever you assume they want you or they don't, one of them is going to be true. So you may as well assume the best one. Whether you think you're wrong or you think you're right, you're right. Right? As Henry Ford said. If you think they don't love you or you think they do love you, either way, whichever one you predominantly think will come true. So why are you thinking bad thoughts? That's why, guys, if you want to come to the Facebook group, if you're not already in it, come and join the Give Good Meaning Challenge, because even the shittiest thing can happen, like a third party showing up, darling, and you can say, that bitch is going to show him that I am everything that he wants. And that girl, every time he spends time with her, grates on his nerves and proves to him that I was the one all along. She's bringing him back to me. She's proving to him that I was the one for him, that I am his person. No one else is his person but me. She's helping me. I'm giving a good meaning. Loz, she don't say that. What's this? Loz, because I like looking at his pics. What are we talking about? Can I check their socials just to see how handsome they are? Well, go ahead. If you get triggered, don't come back crying to me. Loz, I know how to focus on time, but I need to manifest a body change soon. Darling, why don't you go to their socials, screenshot all their pictures, keep them in your photos, and never go back there again. Since I've been affirming, hang on. I asked my subconscious to see me what I needed to work on or to tell you, and I cried 3 days in a row. I wrote the old story and I feel more relaxed now. It's so good to ask your subconscious. It will always help. Oh, disappointed. That's great. So you actually asked it and it just purged everything out of you. Wonderful. I feel like this hasn't reached the logical sense yet with me, but the penny is dropping because coming to terms with yourself and what you have created is a slap in the face. Oh, look, guys, if you're trying to look for logic in this, it's going to fuck you up. Megan, you've just got to think, was I ever thinking that he wasn't going to commit to me? Was I ever thinking that his children were more important? Was I ever thinking that the ex-wife would cause problems? Ta-da. That's quite logical. I thought this, it came true. Try and look at what you once thought, darling, and you'll see it. Test yourself, as Loz always says. Look, guys, it says it in the Bible, test yourself and see. It's saying to you, you are God. God is in you. You are all God's. If you don't believe me, go and do it. Jesus was this personal entity or whatever he was, showing you how to do it. He would go and heal people with his thoughts. He would manifest fishes and loaves with his thinking. And he was saying, look at me, look how I'm doing this. You can do it too. Test yourself and see. How was he doing that? He wasn't a magician, right? I'm not religious. You need to understand when I'm saying this stuff. I'm just learning this from Neville. But you've got to understand, test yourself and see that you can do this. Loz, you have definitely saved my life to an extent. Oh, wonderful, darling. Hooray. Loz, Annette Love said, not so magical. Oh, not so magical. Oh, the sex has not been so magical. With SP hasn't been so magical. Oh, sorry. I've been affirming my sex is magical. The sex with SP hasn't been so magical. Well, do you have a predominant thought that you had to say that because it was terrible before? That he's not well endowed, that he doesn't know what he's doing, that he's immature, that he's not great in bed, or that I can't enjoy sex, that sex is a problem for me, that I have a hang up about it, da-da-da-da-da. Is that why you're affirming so much about it? Because your dominant fear is that your sex life isn't great or that he's not great at it? Whatever it is, change the story about him. If it's about him, and if it's about you, go back to your childhood and figure out where that came from. If you can't enjoy sex, it could be some religious thing attached to it or something where you were demonic, kind of demonized for masturbating or any of those things. What is attached to that? Feeling like you have to even affirm for it. Because why wouldn't it be magical? It's either the story about him or the story about you. And that's why you were affirming in the first place. Because why would you even need to affirm that? I've been watching you for months and I've manifested back a best friend who I thought I'd lost for good. Oh, really? That's great. I tested myself with a polka dot and Loz wore a polka dot shirt in a video. It was amazing. Oh, that was you, darling. Oh, wonderful. That was black polka dot one. Logical mind always want an answer, I think. When I affirm I'm always chosen, my mind is like, why? You can say, I'm always chosen because I say I am. This helps. Yeah. Oh, it'll fight you every time, guys. It's a motherfucker. Loz is really good at explaining it, but saying things like, I will get something for free this week, or someone in my reality will say X, Y, Z. Okay, so you're talking about testing yourself. So it could be anything. It could be, I'm going to see a purple car, or someone's going to wear orange, or someone's going to say flibbity gibbet to me, or people are going to tell me how beautiful I am this week, or something like that. Have a few little things. Write them all down. Write 5 things. I'm going to get a free coffee. Someone's going to buy me something. Someone's going to say I'm beautiful. Someone's going to say flibbity gibbet. Make them kind of quite hard. Don't make them so easy. Like seeing polka dots, someone's going to wear polka dots. That's quite specific, okay? And then when you get them, tick, I did that, because it's not a coincidence. You did it, and then you'll realize your power. The drink you always have looks so delicious. Oh, it's just cordial in with lemon and ice, but I usually drink it like a sparkly one, but because I've been feeling sick, it's just cordial. And I've got my aircon blaring because it's 40 degrees outside. Well, it might not even be 40, but it bloody feels like it. When you manifest in steps, how does the reunion that's not living in the end fit in? Look, manifesting in steps is simply that you find the end too clunky, like you can't possibly believe it's true. Okay, so you could do both, like living in the end of married and say he contacts me every day, we love talking to each other, we spend every night together, and then you could think, well, of course we do, we're married, of course we talk every day. So that would make logical sense to you, living in the end and saying those things. But if the things that you're saying don't sound like the end, like he's starting to think about me now, and then you're saying we're married, that's clunky. So just do it in steps and then no end, and then you'll get to the end. It's up to you which way you do it, guys. Loz, I followed your advice to talk to my SP in our mind. So I'm in bed and I was talking to him in my mind, you're obsessed with me. Then he woke up, eyes wide open, and then he couldn't resist and made love again. Love the sex stories. Yes, darling. Hooray. Love it. Wonderful. Keep doing that, darling. Fighting with thoughts, they became stronger. It helps to just listen to them and be patient and say, okay, but the truth is that I am, etc., because we fight with our mind that tries to protect us. Yes, guys, it's just trying to protect you. Don't get angry at it, or you can, but try and understand that's what it's doing. That's what's fighting you. My SP is with someone else, and he got married recently. He told me that everyone is different. He explained that I might good things in me, which she might not have. That does not mean I don't love her. So if you've got a belief that he won't come to you because of all these obstacles or that he loves her, he'll say things like that. Get rid of that obstacle of her in your mind. Just imagine he doesn't love her. There's plenty of people on here with people who've married SPs and the SPs are contacting them all the time. Stop seeing it as an obstacle and a problem. There's this great email thing you can sign up to that sent you a message from the universe. Just got this now. Maddie, all that you need to have all that you want lies inside of you right now. Oh, and you get an email. That's great. Been getting a lot of Facebook friend requests from men, and old third party is in a new relationship I manifested and move on to. Mine is just around the corner. Oh, wonderful. Right. I had to do affirmations about sex as I had awful experiences. Won't say much more, but I ended up with sexual dysfunction. But honestly, it's now all working. Okay, yeah. You might have sexual dysfunction if you can't enjoy sex and stuff because of experiences like abuse. Okay. So guys, just revise all of that if you can. Affirm that you enjoy things now. Affirm that it's completely different and you're not that girl anymore. I do this all the time in my SP in my mind. Good, Laura. So we just say, I am blissfully married and not he is thinking of me. We can say he's thinking of you and married. Wouldn't he be thinking of you if you're married? Can say that. Oh my God, Loz, are you going live earlier today? Yes, I'm going live 9 p.m. EST later today, Tuesday, which is Wednesday morning Australian time. You'll stop talking about sex. Haha, it's been a minute for me and SP, but the poor sucker won't know what hit him when we reunite. Amanda. I always attract a friend or two with daddy issues whose main form of validation is men. Does this have something to do with me? Oh, stop thinking you have those kind of friends, darling. Stop thinking you have friends who need male attention all the time. That might be that you don't feel like you get enough male attention. You attract girls who are constantly, you think, prettier than you or get more attention than you. That's an I'm not chosen thing. From abuse, I had an assumption that guys only want me for sex. How do I affirm self-concept for more commitment in a relationship? Of course you would, darling. That's the natural assumption you will have after being abused, that is your worth. Okay? Just don't beat yourself up about that. Okay, so you can say things like, I have always had committed relationships. People always have wanted to have relationships with me. I've always had such perfect, beautiful relationships. You can revise it as if you've always had them, or you can say, my past is dead to me, and now I get the beautiful relationships that I deserve. People treat me so beautifully now. They love me and admire me and adore me and want more from me than just sex. I am more than just my body. I am all these other qualities, and people admire those about me. They fall in love with me instantly. I'm so easy to love. People want to commit to me and call me their girl. They want to show me off. Those kind of things, darling. And revise that past if you can. Go and write it all out. Write a letter to everyone that wronged you. Read it out as if they're sitting there and go burn that shit. Could you help me with a rant that removes third party and he acknowledges me? Well, just say, I am the chosen one. He can't imagine his life with anyone but me because I'm so special and so adorable and so cute and so sexy, and he can't even imagine his life with anyone but me. I am his person. No one else compares to me. There is no competition to me. Those kind of things done. I'm not sure if that's because these girls are so horribly treated by men that they get attention from, so I never envy them because of that. Oh, okay. Loz, I manifested an amazing internship with a super competitive company, but I'm finding it difficult to manifest SPY. How can I change my thinking? Well, you probably don't see work and career as hard, but you see SP as hard, or your romantic life is hard, or being loved and wanted is more difficult. Okay? It's just that's attached to more you and that you'll be rejected or abandoned. It's about you specifically, where career could just be about, oh, I'm good at this. I was always good at this. You don't have fears attached to it. What are your fears about relationships? Figure those out and affirm against them, darling. I'm going to go soon, guys. I've got no energy. Got a thing flying around my computer. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. It's so nice to be on here with so many people. Oh, there's 1111. Oh, no, 111 people. It's a good time to log off on an angel number. All right, guys, thanks so much for joining me. If you're in Australia, you can join me again tomorrow on YouTube, which is 8 p.m. Australian time, Eastern Standard Time. But that's also 9 a.m. UK time if you're in the UK. Otherwise, it'll be super early in the morning for you US people. It'll be like 5 in the morning. All right, guys. Otherwise, I'll be back on TikTok the next day. Thanks so much, guys. See you guys. Thanks for joining me. And I will have the sleep tape out on Thursday, and this will play straight after. So I'm going to save this now. It'll have a red and white thumbnail. What can we call it? Sex life? I don't want to say sex life. My thumbnail might get in trouble. What did we talk about on this? Looking at the 3D, Great sex life. Oh, I would do a few things. It might say something about great sex life, something about not checking the 3D or something like that. All right, guys, and I'll post straight after. Okay, guys, see you later. Oh, he's calling you now. See, Laura, you did it. You manifested that. You said it would happen, and it did. Wonderful, guys. Oh, no, I'm saying there were 111 people. All right, guys, see you soon. Bye, guys. See ya.